Good afternoon, my dear students. I am Oliver Iglesia, and this is Logic. Today we'll discuss the Module 5 of our lecture. Okay? So our topic for today is all about judgment, proposition, and the logical form. Okay? Let me read the overview of this module. Okay? In this module, we will discuss the second of the three parts of logic, which is judgment. Since this part of logic is about propositions, so judgment is the second act of the mind. Kung natatandaan nyo, the first act of the mind is the simple apprehension na natapos na tayong nag-discuss doon. So today, we are in the second act of the mind, which is judgment. Okay? This part of logic, the judgment, is about propositions. Okay? Another part of this module will also discuss the logical form of propositions. Ito yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon. Ito yung magpa-practice tayong gumawa ng mga propositions na logically formed. Okay? Wherein there are rules and patterns to follow and investigated. Okay. So let me read, my dear students, that is the overview of this module. Okay. In terms of ILOs or intended learning outcomes, we have 7. Okay? Sir, bakit 7? Possible yon na kahit maraming ILOs o intended learning outcomes ang isang lesson, basta ma-meet natin yun, pwede yun. So, my dear students, yung video na ito, yung lesson natin na ito, ay 2 parts. Meron itong 2 parte. So, ito yung first part ng discussion natin. Okay? And the learning resources or references for this module, I use 2 books in order for me to make this module. Okay? And let's begin. Let's begin. So what is judgment? When you say, what is judgment? Okay? Judgment is the act of the intellect that which affirms or denies something. Okay? So meaning to say, it affirms when it is stated positively, and it denies when it is stated negatively. So, let me continue. The mental affirmation or denial is called mental proposition. Okay? The mental affirmation or denial is called mental proposition. Okay? And when written or expressed, becomes a proposition. Okay, naalala niyo yung topic natin during the simple apprehension, when we were discussing about the simple apprehension, ang idea, hindi pa siya na-express. Di ba? Yung pag sinabi nating idea, nasa utak pa lang natin, nasa isip pa lang natin. Now, in order for us to express our idea or our ideas, we need to use terms. Di ba? For example, nag-iisip ako may iniisip ako. Hindi ko pa na-express yun. Now, sinulat ko yung naisip ko, sinulat ko table. Di ba? Sinulat ko table. That is how I express my idea of a table. Dito naman sa judgment, mental proposition, nasa isip pa lang natin. Ngayon, nagiging proposition ito kapag nai-express natin. Okay? Now, we have examples here, there are examples that I gave here. Or examples of affirmation or affirmative propositions. Okay? First is, Danny is a teacher. Some Josephians are obedient. Every dog is an animal. Man is mortal. All plants need water. Okay, lahat yan ay affirmative proposition or affirmation yan. Okay, yung mga examples natin dyan. Okay? Bakit ko nasabing affirmation lahat ito? Kasi they are stated positively or in the positive way. Okay, makikita natin ang pagkakaiba, no? Pagkakaiba nila dito sa denial. Okay, let's talk about denial naman, yung examples nila. There are examples of negative propositions. Okay, I gave some. So, some Josephians are not college students. Some dogs are not German shepherds. Pedro is not a college instructor. Okay? Obviously, no? Makikita natin dito, no? Na these statements are stated negatively or in a negative way, no? So, proposition, when we talk about propositions or proposition, it's either affirmation or denial. Okay, it's either affirmative or negative. Okay? Sir, no? Bakit mo nasabing affirmative yung unang mga examples at negative yung pangalawang mga examples na? Yung mga sumunod. Ganito yon, no? Merong isang word, merong isang sign or negation sign na magi-indicate o magsasabi sa inyo kung negative ang isang proposition. Okay? Yun ay yung negation sign na not. Not, N-O-T. Okay? O, pansinin ninyo. No? Yung sa denial. Some Josephians are not college students. Some dogs are not German shepherds. Pedro is not a college instructor. Okay, pansinin nyo. Ikumpara nyo yung examples ng affirmation at denial. Sa denial, meron kayong makikitang isang word na negation sign. Yun ay ang sign na not. Okay? For example, no? Ito. Affirmative proposition muna tayo, for example. Some Josephians are obedient. No? That is an affirmative proposition. Sir, paano magiging negative proposition yon? Ganito yon. Some Josephians are not obedient. Okay? Yung negation sign na not. Okay? Yun ang magsasabi na negative proposition. Ang isang proposition, okay? Yun ang magsasabi. Sorry. Yun ang magsasabi kung ang isang proposition ay negative or denial. Yung negation sign na not. Okay? So, affirmation or denial can be true or false. Okay? Totoo yan, no? As I have mentioned, di ba? Ganito class, no? Always remember that a proposition, no? That a proposition can be an affirmation or denial. No? However, no? Affirmation can be true or false. No? Just as denial can be true or false. Hindi ibig sabihin kasi class, no? Na kapag affirmative proposition or affirmation yung proposition mo, totoo na yon, no? Hindi rin ibig sabihin na denial yung denial yung proposition mo or negative yung proposition mo. Ibig sabihin nun ay mali, no? O hindi totoo, no? Hindi ganun yon. It's either affirmation or denial ang isang proposition. Pwedeng totoo ito at pwedeng hindi. It can be true or it can be false. Okay? Sabi nga dito, no? It does not mean that when a judgment affirms, then it is true. And if it denies, then it is false. Ayan yung sinasabi ko. Hindi ibig sabihin na affirmative or affirmation yung isang proposition ay totoo na siya. No? Hindi ganun yun. Pwedeng hindi rin totoo. Merong mga statements na, sabi ko kanina, merong mga statements na negative siya pero totoo. Okay? What is to be borne in mind, no, is that a judgment can be true or false. Sabi niya, no? It can give information or misinformation. Also, a judgment must always be in its declarative form. Okay, let me explain this point. Now, we just go back to the examples given no, a while back. Okay? Let us revisit the examples. Okay? Bakit nating nasabing ang proposition ay it is an affirmation, for example. Bakit natin nasasabing ang proposition ay it is an affirmation, no? Which can be true or false, can be true or can be false. Or it is a denial, no? Which can be true or false also. No? For example, no? Danny is a teacher. Yun yung example natin kanina. Danny is a teacher. 'Di ba? This example is stated positively or affirmative. No, affirmative proposition, si Danny is a teacher. Pero it can be true or false. Okay? Meron bang Danny na teacher? 'Di ba? Or si Danny ba na tinutukoy natin ay isang teacher? Oh, okay. Let us check the other examples, ano? Okay. Sa denial naman tayo. Some Josephians are not college students. Okay, maaaring totoo, maaari ring hindi. Okay? So some propositions are stated negatively, pero totoo siya. Okay, hindi ibig sabihin na affirmative yung proposition mo, ay rest assured na totoo na yon. Hindi ganun yon. It can be true and it can be false also. Okay. This part of the module is basic. Lalo na sa inyong mga college students. Okay? Sabi niya, no? There are other types of sentences. Okay? Namely, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Sir, bakit parang kulang? Yes, kulang yan. Yung declarative, nabanggit na natin kanina. Yung declarative sentence, ang Tagalog nun ay pasalaysay, di ba? Yun ang gagamitin natin sa logic. In logic, we do not use interrogative. We do not use imperative. We do not use exclamatory. In logic, we always use declarative sentences or declarative form of a sentence. Okay. Although it's basic, para sa inyo, i-discuss pa rin natin kasi part ito ng module natin, no? Okay? Let us discuss the types of sentences. First is interrogative. Interrogative sentence. Alam nyo na ito, no? Interrogative sentence, a kind of sentence that asks a question. Kunin nyo yung root word na interrogate, na nagtatanong siya, ano? So, do you have a question? For example, no? Where do you live? How old are you? No? Do you love your outfit? No? Are you a student? No? Ayan, did you take a bath? Ayan yung mga examples, yung mga nagtatanong. So, that is interrogative sentence. So, when we go to, or when we talk about imperative sentence naman, it is a kind of sentence that commands or asks for requests. Okay? O nag-uutos itong imperative sentence. For example, give me a glass of water. Show me the money. Do not speak. Please eat politely. Do not enter the lobby. Kung mapapansin nyo, nag-uutos. Okay? O humihingi siya ng request. Okay? Next is exclamatory. Okay? Ang exclamatory sentence, it is a kind of sentence that expresses a stress or rise of emotion. Okay? For example, no? What a beautiful perspective. Stop, look, listen, or shut up. No? Yan. Nagbibigay siya ng rise of emotions. No? Yung mga sumisigaw, no? Mapapansin nyo naman yan, no? Yung exclamation point that will give us the hint that the sentence is exclamatory. Okay, yung pag may exclamation point siya. Okay? Of course, alam na ninyo lahat 'yon, no? Alam na ninyo lahat itong mga sentences. But I want you to remember that the propositions that we will be dealing with are all in their declarative form. Hindi tayo gagamit ng mga interrogative, imperative, at exclamatory. Okay? Now we go to the next part of this module. The logical form. Okay? The logical form. Okay? Argument and propositions are not all in their logical form. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Judgment and propositions are not all in their logical form. So always remember, no, that not because you have a proposition, then it is already in its logical form. Judgments and propositions are not in their logical form. So, sabi niya, no, they do not necessarily be in logical form when affirming or denying something. Okay? It does not mean that you follow the logical form. So in logic, no, propositions must be in the form of declarative statement and must be in its logical form. So tandaan natin, sa logic, hindi tayo gagamit ng imperative sentence. Hindi tayo gagamit ng interrogative. Hindi rin tayo gagamit ng exclamatory sentence. Gagamit lang tayo ng declarative sentence. Okay? Pero, may pero, no? Sa logic, this declarative sentence na gagamitin natin must be in its logical form. So, merong pattern. So, that is, it has to follow a consistent pattern. Okay? The pattern is SCP. Okay? Subject, copula, predicate. Susundan lang natin yung pattern na ito. SCP. Okay? So, we'll be following the SCP rule. Always remember this rule, no? Subject, copula, and predicate. So, it is understood, no, that the subject is what is being talked about. Diba? What is being talked about in the proposition, no? And the predicate, no, talks about the subject. Okay? So the copula, okay, serves as an important role in the logical form because it is that which links the two. It is necessary in logic that the propositions are in their logical form. So, ganito ang ibig sabihin ng copula. Yung copula, ito yung other term nito is linking verb. Okay, yung mga verb, yung is, are, no, yung mga pinagko-connect niya yung subject at yung predicate. Okay? For example, no? Oliver often goes to parties. No? Oliver often goes to parties. Okay? Ito, declarative sentence ito. Pero hindi siya logical form. Okay? Hindi siya logical form, pero ito ay declarative sentence. Yung Oliver often goes to parties. No, sir, bakit hindi siya in its logical form? Di ba declarative sentence naman siya? Okay? Tandaan nyo lagi, yes, in logic, we use declarative form. Declarative sentence or sentences. But that declarative sentence or declarative form sentences sa logic, okay, meron itong pattern. Sa logic, gagamit tayo ng pattern. Yung pattern natin ay SCP. Okay, yun ay dahil, ito ay walang logical form, yung example na ito, kahit declarative sentence siya, no, yun ay dahil wala siya nung SCP. Although meron siyang subject, meron siyang predicate, no, pero wala siyang copula. Okay? Yung subject niya is si Oliver, no? Yung predicate ay yung often goes to parties. Pero wala siyang SCP wala siya nung copula. Dapat hindi nagkakabali-baliktad yon. Dapat nauuna ang subject, susunod ang copula, at lastly, ang predicate. So, para gawin natin siyang SCP pattern, meron tayong rules na susundin. So, later on, no, I will be introducing to you the rules para masundan ninyo. Okay. Mas maganda kasi na habang pinapanood nyo itong video lecture na ito, hawak ninyo ngayon ang module ninyo para mas masundan natin, no, ang mga salient points ng discussion. Okay, going back to our topic. Okay, para magawa natin siyang SCP pattern, no, na proposition. Okay, ang proposition natin kailangan natin itong i-reduce. Pero kapag pag sinabi nating reduce, hindi ibig sabihin na paikliin natin, no? Paikliin natin and basta pasimplahin natin, hindi ganun 'yon. Okay, ang ibig sabihin ng reduce na sinasabi ko we are going to apply the pattern. We are going to apply the SCP pattern. Okay? Okay. This is a proposition that affirms, however, okay? Ulitin ko, sorry. This is a proposition that affirms. However, it is not in its logical form because it does not follow the SCP pattern. Yung example ko kanina na Oliver often goes to parties. Okay? To reduce it in its logical form, no, does not mean to simplify it or to make it shorter. Okay? But to follow the pattern. So sabi ko kanina, hindi natin papaiksihin, hindi natin papasimplehin, kundi susundin natin yung pattern na SCP. Okay, so paano natin gagawin yun? Meron yung example dito na nakikita nyo sa screen ninyo. Oliver is a party goer. Okay? So meron na siyang SCP pattern. So, the question now, no, is paano nakuha yon? Di ba? Di ba? Lahat kayo, nagtaka kayo, paano nakuha yon? Sir, paano natin nakuha yon? Okay? Dito na magbabago lahat, my dear students. Kasi gaya ng sinasabi ko sa inyo, not all propositions are in their logical form. Okay? Kasi in logic, kailangan no, lahat ng gagamitin natin ay nasa logical form. Okay? Meaning, sinusundan natin yung SCP pattern. Okay? And, yan, wait lang. Okay. Okay. Para maintindihan natin, no, meron tayong rules. Okay? Rules in reducing a proposition in its logical form. Okay? First, keep the original subject. Okay? First, keep the original subject. For example, kung Oliver ang subject mo, wag mong papalitan. Okay? Wag mong papalitan ng Wag mong papalitan ng Luffy, wag mong papalitan ng Naruto, no? Oliver nga di ba? So kung Oliver ang subject mo or subject ng proposition mo, wag mong papalitan. You keep the original subject, which is Oliver. Okay? Second, use appropriate linking verb for the subject. If the subject is singular, the linking verb is singular. If the subject is plural, the linking verb is plural. Okay, this is basic, right? So kapag sinabing Oliver, okay? O di ba anong gagamitin nating linking verb kapag singular ang subject? So ibig sabihin, singular linking verb din, yung is. Kapag plural, are. No? So, yung example natin, Oliver ang subject mo, singular si Oliver. So, ang ibig sabihin, gagamit tayo ng is. So, hindi pwedeng are. Ano? Is dapat, kasi ang subject is singular. No? Kapag sinabi nating many students, no, dapat ang copula natin dyan ay are. Kasi ang subject ay plural. Okay? So, do not use, third rule, do not use the progressive tense for your predicate. Okay? Sir, ano yung progressive tense? Okay, ito yung verb plus ing. No? For example, yung love ay gagawin mong loving. Yung run, gagawin mong running. Yung walk, gagawin mong walking. That is progressive tense. Okay? And according to rule number 3, do not use progressive tense for your predicate. Okay? So, tawag dyan? It's, ang love or loving, ang love pag ginawa mong loving kasi, no, it is already in its progressive tense. Okay? So let us investigate the given example. For example, nakikita nyo dito, no? Judy plays chess. Okay? So sundan natin yung rule number 1, no, which is to keep the subject. So sino yung subject natin? Si Judy. Okay? So Judy, okay? What is the copula if the subject is singular? Is or are? Correct, no? That is. Kasi si Judy ay singular. So Judy is, no? Now, after the copula, we proceed to rule number 3. Okay, what is the rule number 3? No? Hindi natin gagamitin ang progressive tense. For example, hindi dapat tayo gagamit ng Judy is playing chess. No? Hindi siya ganon. Kasi meron yung playing progressive tense yan. According to rule number 3, we do not use that. So if you are talking about logical form of a proposition, we do not say Judy is playing chess because of the rule number 3. Okay? Rule number 4. Avoid the use of one for your predicates. Think of a more appropriate word. Okay. For example, we go back to recent example, which is si Judy. No? Si Judy ang sinasabing, okay, si Judy, ang sinasabi ng rule number 4 ay yung ganitong klase ng proposition. No? For example, Judy is the one who is playing chess. Okay, Judy is the one who is playing chess. Okay? So, according to the rule, no, wag ganito. Iwasan natin yung paggamit ng word na one sa predicates natin. Okay? You need to think for a more appropriate word. For example, no, Judy is the girl. No, so papalitan natin yung one ng girl or woman who plays chess. So pwede na yan. Judy is the girl who plays chess. Okay? Kung papapansin niyo, Judy is the subject. Okay? Is the copula. The girl who plays chess is the predicate. So tama na yan. This proposition now follows the SCP pattern. Basta wag nyo lang gagamitin yung one sa predicate ninyo. Bakit? Because of the rule number 4. Okay? Tignan natin itong examples natin sa ibaba. Okay? For example, Magellan discovered the Philippines. Okay? So, subject at predicate lang ang meron nito. Pero wala siyang copula. Okay? So, gagamitin natin. Hindi natin sasabing Magellan is the one who discovered Philippines. Okay? This is not the proper way of converting the above proposition in its logical form. Sabi niya dito sa module natin. So, the use of one must be avoided. Okay? The use of one must be avoided. No? Instead, simply reduce the proposition in Magellan is the person who discovered the Philippines. Or Magellan is the Spaniard who discovered the Philippines. No? Or Magellan, no, is the discoverer of the Philippines. Okay, that is in the rule number 4. Iwasan natin ang paggamit ng one. For example, ang pangalan si Oliver, no? Oliver is the one who is a teacher in St. Joseph. Or Oliver is the one who drives motorcycle every day. So iwasan natin yon. Iwasan natin yung one is the one. So pwede nating sabing Oliver is the teacher who drives a motorcycle every day. No? Oliver is a guy, no, Oliver is the guy who teaches in St. Joseph. No? So, iwasan natin yung paggamit ng Oliver is the one. No? Yung mga ganung, that is in the rule number 4. Avoid the use of the word one for your predicates. Okay. Rule number 5. Redundancies. Avoid redundancies. Ano yung redundancies? Or redundancy? Or redundant? Okay? Ang ibig sabihin nun ay paulit-ulit. Iwasan natin ang paulit-ulit. Sabi ng rule number 5. So example, Sparks, by the way, my dear students, Sparks here is the author, Nicholas Sparks. So Sparks wrote the novel A Walk to Remember. Okay, this is the example. So to reduce the proposition in this form, is to avoid this proposition. Sparks is the writer who wrote the novel A Walk to Remember. Wag gagawin ito. Sparks is the writer who wrote the novel A Walk to Remember. Wag gagawin ito. Kasi, anong ginagawa ng writer? Siyempre, nagsusulat. You do not, tawag dyan? You do not repeat. No? Understood na yun. Kung ano yung ginagawa ng writer, siyempre nagsusulat. So, you do not have to say, Sparks is the writer who wrote the novel, A Walk to Remember. Huwag gagawin yan. Just simply reduce it in Sparks is the novelist of A Walk to Remember. Or Sparks is the writer of A Walk to Remember. So, the subject, copula, predicate is being followed kapag ganito ang proposition natin. Okay? Be simple. Number 6, be simple and direct in your answer. So ito, medyo, ito? Be simple and direct in your answer. Okay. For example, Oliver loves logic. No? It is not in its logical form. Yes. Bakit? May subject naman siya. Si Oliver. Pero wala siyang copula at predicate. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin? Following the rules. We follow the rules para magawa natin itong logically formed proposition. Okay. First rule, maintain the subject. Okay? So, we maintain the subject, Oliver. So, you write Oliver. Rule number 2, if Oliver is singular, then we have to use is because Oliver is singular. Okay? And the subject, Oliver is a subject and he is singular. So, we have to use is for our copula. Okay? Now, what is the predicate? Paano natin gagawin yan? Loves logic ba? Okay. Pwede naman to Oliver is the man who loves logic. Pwede naman. Actually, this is correct. Kasi Oliver is the subject, is the copula. The man who loves logic is the predicate. Tama naman siya. Actually, that is correct. Sabi ko nga, pwede mo nang gamitin yan. Kaya lang, rule number 6 says that be simple and direct in your answer. So, paigsin pa natin. Oliver is a lover of logic. Di ba? Pwede yun. Okay. Or, Oliver is a lover, or Oliver is a logic lover. So, in this way, meron na tayong sinusundan na pattern, the SCP pattern. So, yung example nating isa, Oliver is the subject, is the copula, lover of logic is the predicate. Okay, as simple as that, Ganyan lang ang part 1 natin. Okay? So before we end this meeting, babasahin ko muna ito. No? Ito yung summary ng lecture natin. So it is to note that the rules laid down here are not the formulae which are strictly to be followed to perfectly reduce the proposition in its logical form. There are other ways to reduce the proposition. No? There are other ways to reduce the proposition in its logical form, depending on the technique that will be used by the person who will reduce the propositions. No? The word reduce is not actually to make the proposition shorter, no? Because it can make the proposition longer. No? So the word reduce is to make the proposition in its SCP pattern: subject, copula, and predicate. Okay? My dear students, so we end here. Okay? I hope you learned something from this lecture. Okay, I'm trying to give you the simplest explanation of every module or lesson we have. Kasi some of us cannot stay longer sa Google Meet. Or some of us, sometimes they cannot afford, no, the promo of Globe, no, the Unli, no. Or yung iba sa inyo mahina ang internet connection. So I decided to make a video lecture for this lesson since this is basic, di ba? Basic lang naman ito. So, okay, my dear students, we end our meeting with a prayer in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen. Okay? My dear students, have a good day. God bless you and your family. Goodbye.